These are called the Blythe Itaglios. And an intaglio is an etching. And some people call these geoglyphs. But basically these are markings on the desert floor. So someone scratched these huge, figures into the earth here well over 1,000 years ago. They're not exactly sure, but yeah. Wow. These figures here are about 15 miles north of Blythe, California. And they were created somewhere between the year 900 BC and 1200 BC. This is, of course, a giant human figure. Wow. There are over 300 known geoglyphs in the Southwest, but human figures only exist in the Colorado Desert along the Colorado River. The Colorado River is just out of sight from here, but it's really actually very close. It's right where these palm trees over here are. This male figure here is aligned north-south, and I have to imagine that is not an accident. Also, I'm saying it's a male because it does have a phallus, which was apparently an original part of this geoglyph. And right over here is another figure of a four-legged animal. are 2 more Itaglios up here, so just gonna drive up here and find them and this one may be a hunter. It looks like it has a bow. We'll have to look at the little card over here and see. It appears that the lines over here could be from a vehicle. The BLM didn't erect the fences protecting these Itaglios until, I believe, 1974. And yeah, a lot of people did not respect them back then. So these Itaglios were first rediscovered in 1932 by a man named George Palmer. George Palmer was a pilot, and he was flying between Las Vegas and Blythe when he first noticed these figures from the air. It must have been a really amazing sight to see. They remained largely unknown until 1952, when National Geographic published an article about them. And ever since then, they've been pretty heavily visited. Another cool thing was the Hardy Boys actually featured the Blythe Itaglios in one of their books. The third set of Itaglios is also a person and an animal. And it's over on that mesa over there. And I can just barely see the fence surrounding it. But there's no road. And it's really hot today. So, you know what? I think I'm going to cheat on this one. I think we're going to fly the drone over there and check that one out just by drone. Well, time to head back. As I'm sure you've guessed, I'm camped near Quartzite. Well, I am camped in Quartzite, but yeah, so let's head on back, shall we? I am back in Quartzite, and if I told you there were geoglyphs or tagleos here right in the city of Quartzite, would you believe me? Because here they are. It's really kind of amazing. Right over there, that is Q Mountain, and back this way is the Love's truck stop. And yeah, right here in the hills are several geoglyphs. Yeah, it really shouldn't be too surprising, simply because native people have lived around the Colorado River for at least 12,000 years. I actually think it's something like 15,000 years. And there have been thriving populations of native people here, yeah, for thousands of years. So the thought that they lived here in Quartzite, well, before Quartzite, long before Quartzite, yeah, shouldn't be surprising at all. There is a human shape here. It almost looks life-size, like the size of an actual person. It's not an exaggeratedly huge one, as one of the last ones was. There is one more geoglyph that is within Quartzite. It's actually really close to where I'm camped at, so I want to head over there and make a stop before I go back to camp. So there's not really a sign here or anything, but I'm guessing it's right up here. All right, this is it here. I have to say, it is amazingly beautiful here. There are all these blooming ocotillos. The saguaros are all beautiful. Oh, it's amazing. The desert can really just be gorgeous at times. You can just make out his body and his head right up here. It's really, really amazing. Unfortunately, it looks like somebody has kind of gone in and kicked out some dirt on his body. You can just make out a fish right there. It's at the bottom. And yeah, you can definitely see his legs and his body and his head. So this is my humble little abode here. I needed that. It's hot. It's very hot. And I'm sure, I'm absolutely sure you're asking yourself, why is Bex in Quartzsite at this time of year? And there's a really good reason. So I was in Kane County in Utah when I got kicked out because they passed an ordinance. Well, my registration is just about to expire on my car. So I wanted to go to California to get that done. For like the last 2 years, I've gone to Blythe. I just pop over the border to Blythe and visit the DMV. And just within, you know, like 15, 20 minutes, I'm out of there with new tags. Well, since we're in the middle of a worldwide murderous virus pandemic, all the DMVs are closed in California. So I had to drive all the way to Indio, which is a 2-hour drive one way, to go to a kiosk, a DMV kiosk in a grocery store. But I got it done. I got my tags. And it turns out that my friend Ren, she's in town here. She rented a spot in an RV park for a month to do some work on a rig and to plug in for air conditioning. So, but I'm out of here. It's hot. It's going to be 100 degrees every day next week. No, I am not doing it. So I'm out of here. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, heading up to Flagstaff, or maybe I'll stop in Sedona. I don't know. Anyway, gonna make myself a salad. I'm not cooking. I am not cooking tonight. So I'm just gonna whip up a salad. And I'll be sitting out here for another hour just watching the beautiful colors. Ew, the sunsets in Arizona are gorgeous. That is one thing that I really enjoy. But it's been a wonderful day. And it was really, really cool seeing ancient, prehistoric, geoglyphs. Wow. That stuff just blows me away. It's so spectacular. So, well, you have a wonderful evening, and yeah.